All right, good. So we're going to look at the basic entry into Fishnet. Seth Smith, when he was here, he went over a bunch of different entries for it, but this is the main one that I can remember, so it's the one that I'm going to show. So we're going to just start again from the shin to shin, pushing the leg away. We come up into this single leg X position, and we drop ourselves through into the X guard. So we just started by bringing this foot down and kicking our partner back. Yeah, this is one of the great things about X guard, is that we have so many different ways that we can create off balance and different sweeps that we can hit on our partner. So we just looked at going backwards. This one, we're actually going to make our partner go forwards. So I'm going to take the foot out that was on the hip, and I'm going to bring it down and place it in front of his shin. So I still get this scissor action, but I'm going to kick so that I bring this back knee down to the floor. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the foot that's in the knee out. I'm going to bring it in front of my partner's leg. Feed that leg to my other one, so I end up in like this lockdown position on this back leg. So when he was discussing this, he said that not to put in like a normal lockdown, so not to put your foot underneath. We want to put like this double foot onto the leg. Once we've got this position, our goal is going to be to get this leg across to the far side. So again, he said there's a few different ways we can do this. He said his favorite one was where he brings this arm, does like this uppercut underneath the knee, brings the other arm under and passes the leg across to the far side. Now in this position, we should be able to have some good control over my partner's weight. He's obviously still able to base his hands. We haven't controlled any of his arms yet, but we've got some control about where we're able to put our partner in this position. All right? This is essentially the fishnet. So we'll look at a sweep from that in a second, but I understand obviously not everybody will have understood exactly what went on there. So let's just practice getting into the position, and then we'll look at the next stages from there. So shin to shin, drop down, single leg X, and into our X guard entry. So remember, for the first thing we did, we took this foot down. Now it's going to be the top foot, comes down to the ankle. Kick our partner forwards, take the leg out, kick through. If you can't reach the foot, which is likely, we're just going to feed. See how this foot feeds? And we lock in. Hand now, uppercut underneath the knee, pull the leg across to the far side, and bring your knees to your chest. He was pretty adamant about this happening. So not just leaving your legs out here so your partner can find his balance, pulling the knees up so we have a good control, like we might normally do with any type of lockdown from that position. So one more time. Starting from where we've been starting from, drop in. Here, take the foot out, kick my partner down, kick through, feed and lock in. Pass the leg across. Woof, was that a good stretch? Nice. And then just have a little play with partner's balance, and then we'll look at sweep that we can hit from that position in a sec. So, first of all, entry into the fishnet, and then we'll move on. 1, 2, 3. So some of you already kind of been having a little dabble with the sweep that we're going to do anyway. So I'm just going to show you the sweep. We're going to show you what happens if we can't sweep them in that direction, and then we're just going to do one more thing in a minute. Ooh, just give my feet a little tickle then. Sorry. All right, man. So we're going to take this foot down, kick them forwards, and then we're going to go through, in, punch under, bring the leg across. So key to this here is making sure that we're using those legs like we've already mentioned. If my partner is a little bit more on this side here, one thing that we can do is as we pull them forwards is wrap and try to pinch his tricep to my head, wrap around, and then I can use this to sweep over because he doesn't have any base. If he is basing on this side, because he knows he's going to get swept this way, then we can use this sort of like scissor action. So I go against the head, I take his arm away, and we sweep over, and we come to the top. If my partner's fighting, and I can't get him swept over, I'm going to look to take my head out of the back, come up to my elbow, and I'm going to start rotating round with the lockdown. Keeping the lockdown in is going to put a lot of pressure on this bottom knee, which is going to encourage him to go in this direction. So be really, really careful. Just do it nice and slow. You don't have to rip through into it. Just make sure the lockdown stays in. We can move ourselves round, release the lockdown, and through in for the pass. So all I want you to do is just have a little dabble and play with that sweep here first. So here, foot comes in, we take our partner down, lock in, reach over, pull our partner in. Now it's dealing with what our partner has for base. If his arm's here, reach up, lock in. Really easy sweep from here. If he's basing his arm, scissor action, and up for the sweep. Or, if he's not playing ball, come up to your elbow, up to your hand, keep the lockdown in, and just slowly work your way over. Make sure you don't torque that knee too much. In close, lockdown goes, and through in for the pass. So let's look at those two going both ways, and then we'll look at a nice tight guard pass, which he showed us off of that first sweep. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so last little bit. So same thing, come down, we kick our partner forwards, take this leg out, and we lock in, punch through, pull in, and lock. So again, what we're looking to do is sweep. So we're looking for that first sweep. Hitting and sweeping over. So there's a couple of different ways that you can deal with this position, but I really liked the one which Seth showed us when he came in. So this arm on this side, I'm going to go in for a super deep crossface. And I'm going to start to drop my hip down onto his leg. Really important that we take this other hand and we block this hip in so that he's not able to start shrimping and disappearing from me. So this hand is just going to block in tight at the hip. This top leg now is going to hook on his knee and I'm going to start to kick it away from me. So basically, like, I've got this crossface in, so I'm pushing his head this way, his hips are turned the other way, and I've got this really good like spine twist on him. When I'm ready to go, I'm just gonna start to move my hips back until I clear the knee. Once I clear the knee, I'm gonna use this foot to start kicking into his leg, moving myself back to the center. Once I get to the center, now I can release this and take my normal mount position. If on the way there, because his arm was just naturally there, if you've caught this arm triangle on the way, we can finish the arm triangle as well. So again, here, drop down, leg comes out through, lock in, pass the leg across, and sweep to the top. Straight away, arm goes in deep for the cross face and keep his face pointing this way. Start to drop your hip down into the leg, block the back of the hip so he can't start shrinking and disappearing. He should feel like pretty locked in this position. Top leg, we're going to hook above the knee, start kicking away, and he should feel pretty like, twisted up here. Start to move your hip back until we go over the knee. Cross face in, start to move to the center. As the knee touches the floor, we can bring it out. We're into our mount position. One more time. Whole chiropractor service.
So the other way as well.
Oh, yes, that's not happening. Leg cross, put it in, and sweep. Cross face. Drop the hip. Put the butterfly hook in. You could stay here as long as you wanted to. You need to keep him trapped down, just hold it in. Move the hip back, start to kick, center, into that. If you guys need your spines cracked, move back into a decent position, this is the pass for you. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Last one, guys.